Let's put off exploring the dojo for a bit and see what the world is like beyond the Hazuki household. Right outside is the small town of Yamanose, and if I haven't mentioned it yet, being able to run with the left trigger is a godsend for dealing with places like this. Although I'm kind of curious whose idea it was to dead-end the partially unpaved road into the dojo. Anyway, it's time to start asking people around town about what they saw, and this leads to one of the major problems with the people that you talk to. They're either unhelpful, waste of time, or they have different people telling you the same things that you've already heard.
Why don't you ask Nozomi about it? Maybe she remembers something.
I'll do that.
That girl over at Aida Flores mentioned something about it. That she got splashed with mud by a black car driving recklessly.
The girl at Aida Flores? You mean Nozomi?
Yeah, she's a classmate of yours, isn't she?
Yes.
Wait a minute, if Rio was a student, how come he's not in class right now? Did he get some kind of leave for his dad dying or something? Also, they didn't put a lot of thought into the character animations for the townspeople, so whenever you talk to them, 90% of the time they'll either wobble or freeze in place and talk like puppets, regardless of whatever awkward position they might be in at the time. Oh, and do I even need to say anything about the voice acting?
I'm sorry, Ryo. The weather was awful, so I stayed inside all day. Did you ask Sumiya-san? The weather was bad, and it was freezing cold, wasn't it? I was at home all day and didn't leave.
Hey.
Hey, mister! You want to wrestle?
Don't do it, Rio! It's a trap! It's illegal! It's... Wait, it's in Japan. Never mind, go ahead.
So the first clue I have to go on is that two gossipy housewives by a payphone in Sakuragaoka might have seen something that went on. But as I'm going there, I get stopped by...
Whoa! Hey everybody, welcome to What Do I Get Stopped By? The game show that is sweeping Japan! Now the question is, what do I get stopped by? Is it A, another cutscene, B, landee, C, a policeman, or D, my intense desire to play something else? That is absolutely correct! We'll be right back after I eat the camera.
That's right, Rio can't walk down the street without triggering a cutscene, and in this case, he notices a girl named Megumi who has a kitten in a box.
Is this your kitten?
But this kitty, see? She's all alone.
All alone?
Yep.
Curiosity.
You promise not to tell my mommy?
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Exhibit B for not casting adult women to voice little girls. What's Exhibit A, you might ask?
Yes, exactly. I'm glad it was someone who understands things so well. See, the other day, when it rained, a car ran over her mommy. My big sister saw it. She said it was a big black car.
A black car?
Yeah, and she said it was really scary.
Is it any surprise that so far Megumi has been more helpful than anybody else in town?
And then me and Sis, we buried the mommy cat.
Wait, you did check to see whether or not the cat was alive before you buried it, right?
And so now I can be the kitty's mommy.
Worst adopted mother ever.
Yeah, everybody's helping out too. Like Kota, Yasuo, and Kaio.
I see.
Kitty don't look so good. Think she's hungry?
Oh, yeah. Animals like kittens, you gotta feed, like, every day.
Taking care of the kitten turns into a side quest, and to start it off, Rio takes some food from the shrine to feed the kitten. You have a choice between dried fish and fried tofu, and if you pick the tofu, I'm guessing that you've never taken care of a cat or watched any cartoons with a cat in them in your life.
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, it could be one of those, like, yuppie vegan kittens with their hemp clothes and their electric cars.
Do this, so it's easier to eat.
Wow, she's eating.
She's so tiny, but already an orphan.
Speaking of orphans, I should probably go back to avenging the death of my father and wondering why no one has mentioned that my mother died 15 years ago and that's why she hasn't appeared in any of the cutscenes. Oh well. Yay, kitty!
It's so sad. Yamagi-san almost got ran over too.
Yamagishi-san?
Yeah, the car was going so fast, he got shocked and fell.
Lo and behold, everyone, Megumi gives us another clue. However, the rest of this conversation is useless, so let's skip ahead. If you really, really want to, you can try going door to door for information, except that it never works. You'll just waste your time finding out that nobody is ever home, while the ambiance music lulls you to sleep.
It's that Japanese Billy Idol that's been bothering people around town. Alright, time to put an end to this crap.
There's actually something really odd about the music, but nah, forget I said anything. Moving to the next area, Ryo asks the people of Sakuragaoka if they know anything about that day.
That day of the incident. The day of the incident. On that day. On the day of that incident. On the day of that incident. Did you see a black car on the day of the incident? Did you see a black car the day of that incident? Did you see a black car around here that day when it snowed? On that day it snowed. Did you happen to see a black car that day? Did you happen to see a black car on that day?
Have I mentioned yet how annoying it is to have to hit A to go through these conversations? With text boxes this is understandable, but they're saying everything.
Actually, there is a way to switch the dialogue to go from voice work to being subtitled. Quite frankly, I don't blame you if you take advantage of the option.
So now I'm supposed to ask around about a black car, particularly the old guy it almost hit. But in the process, I found something that absolutely blindsided me.
On the day of that incident, did you see a black car around here?
Well, I see lots of black cars when I'm working, you know. What kind of car? The make, model?
Logic! He used logic! Quick! Kill him before it spreads to the other townspeople!
I don't know. All I know is it's black.
Damn it! If only Rio had been close enough to the car to be able to get a good look at it and describe it to people. Oh wait! That's right! He was standing right next to it in the introduction!
Maybe Rio conveniently forgot about this in the 4 days he wasn't doing anything. But even without knowing the car's make or model, he could still give a rough description of what the car looked like, or at least noted the fact that it doesn't have any license plates. Anyway, I found the guy who almost got hit by the car, and here's what he says.
This black car came flying around the corner over by Sakuragaoka Park and went towards Dobuita.
A black car. Did you see the license plate number?
Maybe if there hadn't been any snow.
And if the license plates existed in the first place.
So now we need to check the more commercialized town of Dobuita, but not before I make sure I haven't missed anything here, because I haven't checked the park yet.
Do you know anyone who might have seen something?
Let me think. Why don't you try asking people in Dobuita? That car must have gone through Dobuita if it came from here.
I know! The old guy already told me that!